Hi there guys, a warm welcome to The Meaning of Life Live. So glad you could join us today. And today we're going to be talking about discovering our life purpose and actually living it. So last week we did a session on how we discover it, what exactly our life purpose means. And this week we'll be talking about how we actually live that life purpose. And it doesn't matter if you missed last week's session, today's session is still going to be very relevant to you. So I'm so glad that you are able to join us. And before we start, let's just center ourselves. And whilst we're doing that, I'm just going to share this feed on our other pages as well. So just bear with me on that. So let's just close our eyes and let's take a slow, deep breath in. And breathe out. And let's take another slow, deep breath in. And breathe out. And let's just become aware of the temperature of the room around us. And let's just become aware of the feeling of our back against the chair. And let's just become aware of the feeling of our feet on the floor. And let's take another slow, deep breath in. And breathe out. And let's become aware of that feeling of expansion. So let's become aware of the space all around our heads. And we just become aware of the space 1 foot around our head, or 30 centimeters around our head. And let's become aware of a golden light or a white light that's all around the top of our head. And let's imagine that beautiful white light just pouring into the top of our head, down through our face and through our bodies, right down to the tips of our fingers and down to the tips of our toes. Knowing that when we live our life purpose, we are filled with that light. We are filled with that energy even more when we live our life purpose and are here to serve. So let's take another slow, relaxing, deep breath in. And breathe out. And let's take another slow, deep breath in. And let go. And with a smile on your face, you can just gently open your eyes. Okay, welcome back. So as I said, last week we talked a lot about what our life purpose actually is. And you know, as part of our conscious change family, we want to make sure that you're aware of what this life purpose means and how it fits with the Meaning of Life experiment. So we're doing all of this because we're creating a conscious change family. That's a group of people who will come together and they're interested in transforming themselves, transforming their communities, and helping transform the world. What a fantastic calling that actually is. So that's why we're here. That's why we're doing the Meaning of Life Live, the Meaning of Life experiment, and they all fit into those 3 steps. As an example, in terms of changing the world, obviously there's a lot of politics that's happening in the world at the moment in the news around Trump and the new administration. And something that we're supporting an organisation called avaaz.org, which is AVAAZ.org. And you may know that President Trump has recently decided to sign a presidential order to say that climate change is not actually an issue, that they want to pull out of the Paris Agreement. And we're supporting a petition for all of us to sign that petition to say, actually, we want America to stay within the Paris Agreement. And that petition will go to governors and lawmakers in the US. And so it's a fantastic cause. I hope you'll sign that. I think we've already had over 1 million people who've signed that petition. And this is the way that we're going to get involved in actually making a difference at a global level. So I hope you can sign that petition. And it's actually on our Facebook page as well, which is facebook.com/Meaning of Life Experiment. Great. Okay, so in terms of what our life purpose actually is, just a bit of a reminder of the things that we covered last week. So actually, what I say is that our life purpose is the gift that we're here to give. Just like sugar. What is the gift that sugar is here to give? Sweetness. Now, some of you may say type 2 diabetes, but what we're talking about is the life purpose. What is the life purpose of sugar? What is the life purpose of, say, this teapot? The teapot's life purpose is to serve tea. And we've given that example last week of, most of us are a teacup and we're waiting for our cup to be filled. But what happens if we actually became a teapot and we were to pour that into other people's cups, that we became a vessel for love and happiness and fulfillment to pour into the lives of other people? And the teapot always gets filled first. So in the same way, living our life purpose is all about connecting with that gift that we're here to give. Yeah? And the clues that we're living our life purpose are around that moment when we're in the activity and we're not thinking about the results, but we're enjoying the activity so much that we think, aha, I'm at one with this moment. This is what I was born to do. This is how I was meant to live my life. Yeah? So this is really a clue, or many clues, as to when we're living our life purpose. Now, once again, as we're going through what we're going through, what would be great is if you can like, share and comment. Please do share this video on your Facebook feeds, etc., because we want to share this information with as many people as possible. And we've already got some people saying hello. So we've got Judy saying hello from Hebden Bridge in the UK. Hi there, Judy. We've got Rebecca from Freiburg in Germany. So we've got lots of people tuning in from around the world, which is absolutely fantastic. So in terms of how we discover that life purpose, as I mentioned last time, in days 25 and 26 of the Meaning of Life experiment, what we find is those videos can help us connect with some blue sky thinking. So really allowing your creativity to come through, your intuition, to guide you towards what your life purpose is. And when we're truly silent, when we're truly self-aware, when we're in that moment not wanting or needing something, then our life purpose is far more likely to be revealed to us and through us. Yeah? So what we want to do is watch day 25 and 26 if you haven't done already. And in day 26, we go into the skill, will, thrill, which is that we can discover our life purpose through understanding what our innate skills and talents are. What is the gift that we're here to give? And then in terms of our will, what are we motivated to do and to give back? And finally, thrill, what is it that gives us those highest feelings of joy and fulfillment to both ourselves and to those around us? And just like this teapot that is giving and serving, often in our culture we think about life purpose in terms of actions and in terms of doingness and things we need to get done. But in fact, consider the possibility that actually our life purpose may actually be in the beingness, in the state of mind that we're in the love that we're giving to people around us, in whatever way that may manifest. And an example that I want to share with you is, I know some of you do suffer from chronic fatigue syndrome and fibromyalgia, because I know that a lot of you follow my program. And for the moment, when you're looking at your life purpose, we don't want the achiever mindset to grab hold of that. And instead, we look to heal our teapot first. So if we're going through difficult times or difficult illness, we can't be an effective teapot if we've got leaks and cracks in our own teapot. So we want to focus on healing our own teapot. And that might be the precursor to living our life purpose. So it's part of our life purpose right now to give ourselves that self-love. See, any life purpose is about channeling love. Yeah? What is this teapot doing? This teapot is channeling love and service into the lives of others. And so this teapot is a vessel. But that vessel itself is giving love to itself. And so self-love and self-compassion is a very important part of this journey, the hero's journey, as we're going to kind of discover more about and learn. And living your life purpose is a fantastic experience, a fantastic journey. And we mentioned last time, is life just about going to work, coming home, watching TV, going to sleep, just going through the run-of-the-mill things? Or could it be something bigger? Could it be an expanded vision? So once we've discovered some clues and some ideas around our life purpose, the next stage is, how do we actually live it? How do we put it into practice? And that's what I want to talk about today. This is a very important part of the whole life purpose process. So in terms of living our life purpose, oh, by the way, we've got some more people who are saying hello. So Cheryl, hello from Centerville in the US. Francesca saying hello from Rome, nice to see you. Corey saying hello from the Netherlands, and Jan from New York. Sorry we can't read out all of your mentions and hellos, but it's always nice to see so many people around the world joining our Conscious Change family. So what is next? How do we put this into practice? Well, the thing that we can recognize is that this is about living what we call the hero's journey. We mentioned it last week. That if you look at a lot of mythology and a lot of stories, it's often about a reluctant hero that has a certain destiny. And that reluctant hero feels that he or she is weak, isn't able to achieve things. It's just a normal human being. But they go on a journey of self-discovery to discover more about who they are. They come up against challenges which really push them to become bigger and better and brighter than they currently are. And sometimes on the hero's journey, they reach rock bottom. But they reach that rock bottom in order to be able to discover those hidden talents and qualities and that self-assurance and that confidence that can come flooding out. And in the same way, we're all on that kind of journey. And when the person then realizes what their life purpose is, they've already strengthened themselves and they begin to live that life purpose. They come up against even more challenges. But by living that life purpose, it is a journey of overcoming fear. Yeah? What do we say fear is? Fear is false evidence appearing real. So we make up all these stories on the hero's journey about how fearful something is, how difficult something will be, how we won't be able to manage it. But we just recognize that this is part of our journey of overcoming fear and learning to have that love and compassion for ourselves and that love for others. See, love and fear are like the flip side of a coin, and we feel them actually in the same place. Where do we feel fear? We feel it in the heart and chest region. Where do we feel love? We also feel that here. So it is very difficult to feel fear and feel love at the same time. That's why the hero's journey is about overcoming fear and enveloping and becoming that love that just wants to express and pour out into the lives of others. So when we're living this life purpose, a lot of fears can come up. And for those of you who are doing the Meaning of Life experiment and you've watched days 25 and 26, the next video which helps us overcome our fears is day 27. And I hope at the end of today you have an opportunity to watch day 27, because it's a very powerful video about how we overcome our fears about living our life purpose and move forward with grace. For those of you who are new to the Meaning of Life Live, we have an app And in that app, it's a 30-day experiment of videos and meditations. And so when I'm referring to days 25 and 26, I'm referring to videos that are within the app. And if you don't use apps, then you can actually watch all the videos and listen to the meditations on our website, which is www.TheMeaningofLife.tv. Great. So a lot of fears can come up. And I love this phrase from Neil Donald Walsh, which is, life begins at the end of our comfort zone. Yeah? Let's just think about that. Life begins at the end of our comfort zone. It's very easy for us to live within our comfort zone because it's safe, it's warm, it's secure, it's what we know. And actually, to live our life purpose, it means stretching ourselves beyond our boundaries and really pushing ourselves. And so life really does begin at the end of our comfort zone. And what kinds of fears may come up? Well, there's so many different fears that people may experience. So for instance, a common fear is, I won't be able to do it. I'm fearful that I won't even be able to live my life purpose. Or perhaps I don't even know what it is. Or perhaps it's too late to live my life purpose. You know, all of these kinds of fears can actually come up. And when these fears come up, we recognize that it's part of the hero's journey. Courage isn't the absence of fear. Courage is having the fear, feeling the fear, and moving forward anyway. Yeah? We are all those warriors that are facing those fears, but moving forward for a grander cause, a nobler vision. And that's what we have to bear in mind when those fears come up about living our life purpose. And really, what are those fears? What is fear? Often fear is a part of us that is protecting us. So there are various parts of us that want to protect us from danger. And something that we need protecting from, or our mind thinks that we need protecting from, is failure. For the mind, failure is not an option. Failure is scary. So the mind comes up with a very interesting protection strategy. It says, okay, I know about living these new ideas and living my life purpose and making a difference, but it's scary. So what I'll do, I'll come up with a clever strategy to protect this person, which is that I'll procrastinate. I'll think about it, but not really do anything about it. And often I've coached many people where it's really taken them that courage, that commitment, finding that inner nobility and valor to really push forward and live their life purpose. And suddenly it comes as that aha moment when they just take that first small step towards living their life purpose. And so when we recognize there's just a small part of us protecting us from danger, then we can heal that part of us with compassion, rather than getting annoyed at ourselves for not moving forward, or getting annoyed at ourselves for procrastinating. Yeah, you know, it was Lao Tzu who said, "A journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step." So our first step of living our life purpose is recognizing our fears, but making that first step, taking charge of our mind and saying, "This is what I truly believe in. This is what I'm here to do. This feels right. I was born to do this." And there will be fears about, how will I handle this financially? Will it actually happen? Maybe I can't do it, but that's okay. I accept these fears, I acknowledge these fears, and I speak to these fears. You know, often we just need to communicate with these fears, and these fears will dissolve away in their own time. Yeah? Great. So in terms of how we actually overcome these particular fears, it is about inner change and outer change. So if you think about change that we experience in life, there is an inner change and an outer change. The inner change that we can make is ABC. So we mentioned ABC on our New Year's Day session with the peace meditation, etc. And ABC stands for acceptance, beingness, and compassionately serving. So we're going to make 3 inner changes and 3 outer changes. That's as simple as it is today. And those 3 changes, inner change and outer change, can propel us forward to help us let go of our fears. Yeah? So what are those inner changes? well, acceptance. When we're engaging in our life purpose, there will be ups and downs. There will be fear. There will be anger. When things don't go our way, we can become frustrated. But we recognize that this is a normal thing, and we accept ourselves and accept our emotions as we go along that journey. Most importantly, we accept disappointments. You know, one of my favorite phrases is, the quality of our life, or the progression of our life, is often judged by how well we deal with our disappointments. And so in life, we can let go of our attachment to results. You know, that feeling of this must happen in this particular way. Yeah? Or this hasn't happened the way that I want it to happen. And then getting frustrated about that. Yeah? Instead, we accept whatever happens. And this is the real core of self-development, is how do we set a vision and a target and a goal, but then let go of failure, let go of fear, let go of anger. And it really is about set the goal and vision, journey forward, but accept whatever comes up. Let go of whatever comes up. That is the tightrope that we walk in life. We still set goals and visions, but we reduce our attachment and our neediness to saying it must happen in this way or else I'm not happy. We don't want our happiness to get attached to that particular outcome. So once again, please do share, like and comment if you're liking what you're hearing. Please do share with us all your comments and things like that. We want to hear it, what you're experiencing and etc. And please do share it on your Facebook feeds. And let's really get the word out there that these videos are here to help people discover their life purpose. Yeah? Nahali's saying, hi Ashok from San Antonio in Texas. Hello to you. Really great to see you. Okay, so we talked about acceptance. That's one of the first things that we need to kind of really think about when we're looking at how we are going to move forward and let go of these fears. The second one is beingness. That actually, it's not about what we're doing on our life journey, although that is very important. It is who are we being whilst we're doing it. Yeah, who are we being? And that beingness is all about really connecting with the present moment. That as we're doing the activity, that's where the fulfillment and joy is, rather than being attached to the actual outcome, the final outcome. So beingness is very important, and often when we're living our life purpose, we forget that. We start getting embroiled in the activity and worries and things like that. But in fact, when we take a step back and say, what is the reason I'm doing this? Yeah, let me focus on my being and be present to everything that's happening in my life. Finally, C for compassion. Compassionately serving. So when we live our lives in a spirit of service, when we're living our life purpose, it becomes more effortless. It becomes easier. And so what's very important is, as we're living our life purpose, we remember that we are here to serve others, to be a gift to the people around us. Yeah. Now I'm going to add an extra one, D. So A, B, C, D. Our dedication. When we're doing an activity, if we're doing it for ourselves, we get stressed. If we're doing it for our reputation, then we start blaming others when things don't work out the way they want. But in fact, when we focus on dedicating our actions to a higher vision, a higher purpose. And for some people that means dedicating their vision to a particular figure from their religion or spirituality. For other people it's about dedicating their actions to love. For other people it's dedicating their actions to their families, for instance. So all of these different things are ways that we can think that we are giving to a higher place, to a nobler cause. And when we do that, then we actually expand. Yeah, we're not just now this small little person trying to figure it all out, but we start connecting to the bigger whole, and it becomes a lot easier. Yeah. So we dedicate our actions to a nobler vision, a grander cause, and then we feel more unified with everybody and everyone around us. It's a beautiful, beautiful way of actually living our life purpose. So yes, those inner changes once again. So the inner changes are around acceptance. So accepting whatever happens. Living our life purpose is going to be hard. When I say hard, I mean it's going to be challenging. There are going to be issues that come up that will bring out and strengthen us. So we accept whatever happens along that journey. Beingness, we learn to be more in the present moment and be present to our own emotions and those around us. And we learn to compassionately serve, which makes it effortless. And the universe then gives us tremendous power when we're coming from a place of compassionately serving. And finally, D for dedication. Dedicating our actions to a higher vision, a nobler cause, which once again recruits incredible energy. So those are some of the inner changes that we can make. And in terms of the outer changes, I think it's very important that when we are on this journey to have a coach or mentor. You know, for myself, when I've been going through my journey and the different things that I want to do in life, I've had a coach, and a coach can help us become more aware of what our fears and worries are, help motivate us and move us towards our goal. And sometimes our ego says, actually, I don't want advice from other people. Yeah? Or our ego says, I don't need anybody's help. I can do this myself. But every person has become great because they've had great coaches and mentors. So politicians, sports people, even celebrities, they've all had coaches and managers and people who've helped take them step by step through that journey. So it's important for us to also have a mentor who can support us if we're looking to live our life purpose. They can also help create an action plan for us. And when we say that we don't want somebody to help us, what we might be saying is we don't want someone to correct us. It does require a lot of humility and self-love to move beyond that and say, actually, someone supporting and helping me will make all of the difference as I move along this journey. Secondly, I think it's very important we do a lot of research on the outside. So often people say, well, I think this is what my life purpose is, but I'm not sure. Or maybe it's this. And we want to actually do a lot of research into those different areas, speak to a lot of people and find out more. And thirdly, this can be done through a lot of networking. So if you've got a clue as to what your life purpose is, which might be setting up a social enterprise, or it might be supporting a charity, or bringing up children in a certain way that fits with your deeper values, whatever you discover your life purpose is, someone else has done it before. So rather than trying to reinvent the wheel, we can actually communicate and speak to people and listen to people who've been along that journey and get clues and understanding so that we don't make those similar mistakes that they may have made. Yeah? So we make those inner changes and we make those outer changes. We are ready and we're focused to take that journey. And these things apply not only to living our life purpose, but so many other things in our lives, in our day-to-day work. That idea of spiritualizing our action, where we accept things, we're in the moment, we're doing it from a place of service. It can help us in all actions, regardless of their ultimate vision and their ultimate goal. So I hope you found today's information really useful, regardless of where you are at along your journey. So in terms of our next steps, what I really advise is that if you haven't done so already, to watch days 25 and 26 from the Meaning of Life experiment. That would be great. And those videos are obviously in the app and the website. And those two videos really help us connect with and discover what our life purpose is. Secondly, once you've watched those videos and you've had time to reflect, I think it's useful to then speak to people about it and share with them, your family and friends, what kind of ideas came up. What really stimulated you? What gave you that Zen moment of, aha, an expansion? This is what I was born to do. Yes, this makes sense. This feels right. When you discover that life purpose, it will connect with your intuition inside. And you'll think, yes, this is it. Then you can be ready to watch day 27, which is all about how we put it into practice. And although days 25, 26 and 27 are quite late in the Meaning of Life experiment, you know, I do encourage people to obviously go through the experiment and the videos in turn. But at the same time, feel free to jump around and pick videos that you feel like watching at a particular time in the day or in your life. So day 27 can give you all of that. And then you can think about, right, shall I get a coach? What kind of research shall I do? Who shall I network with? And most importantly of all, day 27 helps us to recognize and overcome our fears. And this is the beautiful journey. Discovering that gift that we're here to give, overcoming our fears, and then living it. And in my own life, if I share my story very briefly, it has been challenging. The first life purpose that I identified was that I wanted to create the Gupta program, which was a treatment for ME, chronic fatigue syndrome, and fibromyalgia and MCS. And it was a challenge to leave my management consulting role, not have a source of income. And it took time to actually have it as a source of income. But I knew that this is my life purpose. This is what I wanted to do. And I worked with a coach to figure that out. And now I'm so glad that I made that shift and that change. But was there fear? Yes. Was it tricky? Yes. But I knew that developed that resilience within me, knowing that if I really put my mind to something, I can make it happen with the support of others. And then obviously doing the Meaning of Life experiment. It was challenging. It stretched me. At some points I just thought, this is just too much. But once again, when we remember that our mind can throw up all kinds of fears, we compassionately communicate with our mind, overcome our fears, then we become that brave warrior that stands powerfully on the mountain, looking at the vision, looking at the surroundings and saying, I'm going to move forward with courage. So those are some tools that can help us, and also the Envisionator exercise. So in the timeline of the app and also on the website, there's an exercise called the Envisionator. So once you've discovered your goals, I encourage you to visualize your goals every morning using the Envisionator exercise, and that can really help you to install those goals within your nervous system, deep within your subconscious. So all parts of you are aligned and moving forward. So the Envisionator is a very, very powerful exercise. So I hope that you all share today's video. It's been a really, really fun experience for me. And there's so many people out there who are asking that question, am I really supposed to be doing this job? Am I supposed to be living this lifestyle? And in fact, a recent survey on the people working in the City of London found that 40 to 50% of people working in the City of London wanted to get out. They knew that it wasn't really what they wanted to do in their lives, but they haven't figured out an exit plan. So there are thousands, hundreds of thousands, millions of people out there trying to figure out how to live a rewarding, fulfilling life. And they could spend the rest of their lives just stuck in what they're doing. So sharing these ideas, sharing these videos for free is a wonderful way of sharing and spreading happiness. So I hope you'll do that. So please do like, share and comment on what you're watching and what you've learned so far. So Tom saying, you make so much sense. I have lightened so much on the inside since beginning the experiment. Thank you for your work. Thank you, Tom. What a nice comment. Christina saying, yes, being present makes our lives inhabitable instead of inhospitable. Yes, we want to be present to the people around us. Francesca saying, I would be very cautious about talking to people about our goals because some people, even if they really love us, tend to limit us because they are more scared than we are. Do you agree? Yes, very good point. What's important is that when we're speaking to people around us, we pick people who we know are our champions, who know will lift us up and expand us rather than constricting us. So we have to be definitely careful with whom we speak to. And this is something else that when I mentioned talking to people around us, we don't want to speak to loads and loads of people, just a couple of people, or even one or two or three people who we trust, who we can share these ideas with and we know can support us. We don't want to make a grand declaration because actually when we are learning these ideas, we don't want people to pour cold water over it. So we keep it to ourselves, we work on it, and then we only declare it once we are actually there and living it. There's a certain energy we want to protect. Yeah? Catherine saying, please could you share how you found your coach? Thank you for your help. Well, one of my favourite phrases is, when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. I've never actually found a coach. The coach has actually just come into my life at the right moment, at the right time. So in the same way, when we are ready, when we are really focused and we're ready to take that next step, someone will come into our lives in some way, in some form. And yes, sometimes that is about us going out and searching for it. So we can look for life coaches. And remember, there are so many life coaches who probably live nearby us or are on the internet. What's most important is that you have a free session, free consultation with one of those coaches, and really see whether you connect with someone. And also finding someone that you feel has really had, lots of life experiences that you can benefit from. So sometimes it's useful to have a coach who's worked in the same area you're looking to work in, or has taken a similar path and a similar journey. Christina's saying, thanks Ashok, always enjoy listening to you. Yeah, thank you for joining. So please do press the thumbs up button or the love button. We always like to see those hearts and those thumbs up coming across the screen. It's always nice to kind of see your comments. And please do share the video, please do like and comment. And next week, we're going to talk about a very hot topic at the moment, which is all about the situation with President Trump and how people are feeling about it. There's a lot of people experience a lot of anxiety, some sadness around this whole situation. And so next week, we're going to delve deeper into really some understandings about what's really happening here, what the background to this is, and how we can heal both ourselves and some of this separation and isolation that we're experiencing in our communities. So that's what we'll be doing next week. So I hope you can join me at the same time next Friday. And of course, we finish on a song, don't we? So we'll see if the technology works today. I'm in a different environment. So let's sing together. And of course, remember that when we're singing, it's not me singing to you. It's all of us singing together. Because we do say those families who eat together, stay together. Families that meditate together, stay together. And families that sing together, stay together. So we always, just for a bit of fun, end on a bit of a song. So I hope you're going to be singing along at home. And remember, we're now growing this Conscious Change family. So please do share the information about the app to people around you, on your Facebook feeds, through your Twitter accounts, etc. We want more and more people, as many people as possible, to be learning about the Meaning of Life experiment. So you're part of that. We work on word of mouth. We're a not-for-profit organisation, so it's really been spreading fantastically well through all of you guys and your hard work in telling people around you. So please do share the love. Great, so shall we sing? Hope you're ready. This is going to be a bit of a surprise. Okay, so I'm just going to... we don't have the full professional karaoke system here, so we're going to just use an improvisation of using the laptop. Okay, so if you just bear with me whilst we just make this happen. Okay, you have been officially Rickrolled. You may have heard of it, Rickrolling, which was in the, I think it was 2007 that everyone was getting Rickrolled. So we're actually going to sing Never Gonna Give You Up by Rick Astley. So I hope you join in with me on this one, and I hope you know it. We're no strangers to love. You know the rules, and so do I. Total commitment's what I'm thinking of. You wouldn't get this from any other guy. I just wanna tell you how I'm feeling. Gonna make you understand. Never gonna give you up. Never gonna let you down. Never gonna run around and desert you. Never gonna make you cry, never gonna say goodbye, never gonna tell a lie and hurt you. Known each other for so long, Your heart's been aching, but you're too shy to say. Inside we both know what's been going on. You know the game and we're gonna play it. And if you ask me how I'm feeling, don't tell me you're too blind to see. Never gonna give you up, never gonna let you down, never gonna run around and desert you. Never gonna make you cry, never gonna say goodbye, never gonna tell a lie and hurt you. Never gonna give, never gonna give, never gonna give, never gonna give. We've known each other for so long. Your heart's been aching, but you're too shy to say. Inside we both know what's been going on. You know the game and we're gonna play it. And just wanna tell you how I'm feeling, gonna make you understand. Never gonna give you up, never gonna let you down, never gonna run around and desert you. Never gonna make you cry, never gonna say goodbye, never gonna tell a lie and hurt you. Never gonna give you up, never gonna let you down, never gonna run around and desert you. Never gonna make you cry. Alright, there we go, just a bit of fun today. Sometimes I do ask myself, I can't believe I just did that. But anyway, there we go. So I hope you enjoyed today's session. And once again, I hope you can join us for next week's Meaning of Life Live, where we'll be talking about the whole Trump situation and how we can heal both ourselves, our communities, and our society through looking at the whole situation in a very, very different way. So I hope you join me next Friday. So all that's left for me to do is please do share, like, and comment the video. And I look forward to seeing you next week. Thank you and goodbye.